beautiful, isn't it? Do you think Titra might be watching this same sunset?
Don't worry, Delita. I'm sure she is well.
Something's been bothering me, Ramza, for some time now.
Argath's words trouble you. Am I not right?
There are things beyond the power of our changing, Ramza. Try though we might.
Do not say that. If a thing can be endeavored, it
will endeavor? Grant me an army? I would save Titra with these hands, if aught were in my power to do. But I cannot. 'Tis my meager lot in this life. Do you remember, Ramza? When your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of grass.
Hello, surprise cutscene people. Welcome back to my channel. I am Almaron, playing Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. I knew this cutscene was coming up at some point. I could not remember where it was. It took me by surprise. I started to move, so I started recording just in time, I think. I'm gonna have to find a link to the original version of that before they did the animated cutscenes like that, because It's one that sticks in my memories, that particular scene. In no small part because I did try and figure out how to make a whistle out of a blade of grass after that, but I've never been successful. Possibly because the grass we tend to have is not the right kind of grass. I'm not sure. It was before I would have said, oh, let me just go to Google and figure that out. Maybe I'll try that someday. Anyway. I've decided that I'm gonna at least do one more story chapter today, and then maybe we'll go over some Chronicle if we have some time. If we have time for that, just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. There's nothing new, really. There's the shoulder cape, which grants additional evasion. Evasion. Again, maybe I'll go through the tutorial and figure out what that means at some point. I generally don't think it's worth it compared to battle boots because, like I said, I like to be able to move in this game. So yeah. The music in that cutscene, by the way, is one of the examples of music that I could listen to directly for a lot. I think it's really a good piece. So, all right, the Linalian Plateau is next. Are we ready? Here we go. Let's see, 4 people. I think that's the full squad. Coldron, Demeta, Rack the Thief, Airball the Black Mage. Alright, let's see how this goes. Don't make me regret this. It's alright, it's alright. Milleuda. They guard this way as well. No route is left to us out of these highlands. Knight. Then let us lower our weapons and raise the white banner. We gain naught by Milleuda. If I'm to die, I'd sooner to go do so swinging a sword than swing from the gallows. I'll not be led away in chains. Objective, defeat Milleuda. So, if you remember, 2 episodes ago, we ran into her before already. We've met her. She doesn't like us, which I think is perfectly fair. And, well, so I don't like the Time Mage, and the Black Mages are really dangerous, but I also don't really want to run Rack-in right next to people. Thieves have really high speed, which is why Rack is going first. Rack and then Delita and then all the enemies. Yeah, so we're not going to do much. I think we're just going to move up and take shelter. Delita. Where is Weegriff? What have you done with Titra? Milleuda. Titra? That Beov girl Gragaroth took hostage? Delita. Titra is my sister, no more Beelv than you. Please, she's no value as a hostage. Return her, I beg you. Milleuda. As you nobles return what you take from us, our lives, our dignity, and all else that you have claimed as your own, we ask nothing more than that you return to us what is ours by right. But you deny us even that. You take and take until there is naught left. Save your highborn breath. Your words are wind, and no amount of howling will see your sister free. Delita. But I'm not... Poor Delita. It's really rough, I think. Well, this is going to be just amazing, isn't it? Maybe I shouldn't have moved people forward at all. We can't quite reach the mages, who are all in a nice line. That knight. So that you see that knight's pose, this one here, that I can't quite select. She is using defend, which is a support ability, I think, from the squire, which raises your defense. It's usually not worth it for me, but let's see. Okay. Well, nothing for it. See, shields are the worst, except for when I'm using them. I feel like what I want to do is run Demeta and Ramza up the middle. They've got the best defense, the best hit points, and also the best offense. And maybe let Errol come over from the side and try to work on this knight over here. Let's see. Haste, Blizzard, Fyra. Oh dear. Yeah, we're going to take some hurt. It's not raining. Nothing particular, but let's go with fire. Oh, I missed one of them at least. So, status spells like that are unreliable in this game. It's not my favorite thing. I probably have mentioned that before. You can miss with haste, you can miss with slow. I mean, you could always miss with slow, but it feels like spells that benefit you shouldn't have a miss chance. Oh, well, that's not too bad. Maybe their mages aren't as powerful. Oh, they're only level 5. Never mind. On the other hand, Rack is down quite a ways. Potion up. and then we're just going to try to get them into better positions for us to attack them. Time Mage is going to be irritating. Oh. No, well, maybe not. Maybe she won't be. Yeah, get him, Delita. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank goodness. If she rents his helm, I'm walking all the way back to Akros to buy another one. Oh dear. Alright, so that guy's casting. If I can kill him first, his spell doesn't go off. Success. This is another fight where I tend to let the enemies crystallize and not kill Milleuda until Delita does it. I feel bad. I like her as a character, and I think she has some really good points. Oh goodness. That was bad. Oh. Apparently Game Center has achievement type stuff for me. Let's try to keep our people alive, although now Rek's gonna get hit by this spell, this fire as well. Oh no, he cast it on Ramza. I was misremembering who he was attacking. Oh well. Don't... Did you cut that out? The other problem is that if a spell like that misses, you don't get any experience. So if I'm level grinding, it's often I don't even bother. Just go hit somebody. Okay, well this is not gonna go well. Don't. Oh, Ramza. Thank you for that. Let's see. Cold runs up next, and then the enemy. So Ramza's not going to get to go, but Cold Run doesn't do as much damage. So let's move. Yeah, I don't really like my options here. Maybe I'll switch somebody back to a chemist for these fights. The enemies are lower level than us, so I'm not exactly getting level experience from this. And, yeah. You can run, but you'll never escape, because I've maxed out my movement. Ramza hits ridiculously hard in this fight, apparently. The consequences of being overleveled a little bit, I think. Although, honestly, it's hard not to be overleveled. I guess if you'd, like, kept everybody from the beginning and were trying to level all of them and didn't do any random encounters other than what you got, you'd probably be on the same level. But I'm not really complaining. Yeah, job levels. So, this is one of those fights, the objective specifically is to defeat Milleuda here. You could absolutely ignore all the other enemies, just take her out and win this fight instantly. Don't do this. Oh my goodness. You guys are saving me 300 gil a lot here. Alright, now. Get away! That last second block, always nice. And I'm like, oh no, they're gonna go down. And then they don't. So, the other thing I can do is really, really grind up some JP here. And some gil. Just by having Rex steal from Milleuda. Here the nobles are, stealing even more from you. I'm so sorry. So I was thinking about Dysadarg's conversation with Ramza earlier on when they went to when they got back from the rescuing the Marquis. And how Dysadarg was like, how do you expect people to follow the laws if the people meant to uphold the law won't even do so? And there is a logic to that, but at the same... Oh, Milleuda. I mustn't fall. Our struggle is not yet won. See, she definitely has more dialogue in this map. Train of thought is... oh yeah, the following the rules thing. I was very much raised with that whole... I learned the whole follow instructions kind of thing very... it was very strongly imparted to me throughout my life, basically. And it just kind of, it did kind of come naturally for me just to be like, okay, I can follow instructions. Like, relatively easy, you know, keeps you out of trouble, that sort of thing. So there is definitely some logic to you want to follow the rules because the rules are there for a reason. But, I mean, you immediately then get a scene where Dysadarg and Larg are like, yeah, too bad that whole ransom attempt went wrong with getting the Corpse Brigade to ransom the guy. Let me finish my thought. Another lesson that I wish I'd learned earlier in life is to really question whether a rule is worth following. Because there's the whole thing about unjust laws and the system that upholds the laws may be exploitative. It might be tilted towards a certain class of people, which is what we're running into here. Ramza and Delita are coming face to face with these people who just are absolutely absolutely hate the nobility because of what the nobility has done to them. But Ramza and Delita have not personally seen that in their lives until now. So, if you are raised and the rules work for you, generally you don't question it, unless you're faced with something directly like this. So it's not really a direct thought that I've had with this game before. Obviously, things in 2020 being as they are, I'm having this sort of question, thinking about this sort of thing a lot this year. It just so happens that this game also kind of approaches it. So, anyway, back to the game. Ramza, why this struggle? To what purpose do you fight? Have we wronged you? Have we somehow made you to suffer? I do not understand what fuels your hatred. Milleuda, it is enough that you can stand before me in ignorance of the misdeeds done us. You may not see the world beyond your high walls, but that does not mean they mark its boundaries. It may well be you've done no wrong. It is your place in the world that drives my hatred on. You bear the name Beowulf, and that name is my enemy. Just gonna wait a little bit until somebody crystallizes so I can go pick up the crystal. Coldrun might be able to do something. Let's have him go try to well, let's see. 2 turns. Oh, Rack goes next. Perfect. Do it there. On Milleuda. I don't really care if it... Treasure chest. Boo. I was hoping for a crystal. Enemy black mages mean I could potentially learn their skills from their crystallized soul? I'm not entirely sure how to it's one of those game concepts, like a game mechanic, where it's like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense as a game mechanic, but if you like, oh my goodness, she blocked Umbra. But if you try to apply like too much thought to it, it kind of is like, wait, what? 75. She's got a lot of hit points. So the Rend abilities, I think I mentioned before, have a very low hit chance. It varies by the enemy. I'm sure it's affected by like their speed or something. In this case, even attacking from behind, there's only a 49% chance this is going to hit. And it hit, so hey! Oh, she's got counter too. Oh well. Alright, Errol, pick up the treasure chest. Oh my goodness, a leather cap. Not really worth it, but another treasure chest. No! Give me your crystallized souls. Plumed hat's better than the leather cap. Also the part where all enemies have an infinite amount of gold for me to steal, and I can steal more at a time as my job level goes up. That doesn't really, like, if you try to apply too much reality to that, it doesn't really translate very well. It is a thing. I was watching some other Let's Plays of earlier Final Fantasy games, and it's like, there was a lot of abstraction that you did when you played those games. Like, it's a sprite-based game. Oh, God damn it. It's a sprite-based game, so there's no, like, this is relatively well rendered what your characters look like. And the sprite games, you really kind of had to look sideways a little bit to decide how things actually looked. Well, that was fun. Alright, you're gonna run down here so you can pick up the, whatever this knight drops. Hey, there's a crystal. A treasure chest. Let's see. You're fine, Ramza. Well, I'm not really planning to have Rack go down the mage route, so I'm gonna leave off on running for that. Just try to get... Oh no! The problem with steel is that it's like you've got a vertical 1 range you can go. 5. 6.5, so that is 0.5 higher than what she can actually hit. Oh well. Potions are cheap, are really, I mean, 50 gil, they're cheap. And we're moving into the high potion era, so. Let me tap. Except that my finger does things. Longsword. Couldn't have been an iron helm. I wouldn't have had to go back. Alright, so Cold Run's going to pick up the crystal. Let's see. Acquire abilities. Hey, high potion! Perfect. Milleuda. I am a soldier of the Corpse Brigade. I will not turn and run. Ramza. Lay down your weapon, Milleuda. The battle is lost. Sheath your blade and let us talk. Surely we can find some common ground? I won't speak to my brother, even Duke Larg himself. You must trust me. Milleuda. False words sound ever sweet, but they are a siren song. I've heard my share of noble lies. I'll hear no more. Ramza. My words are not false. She's gonna go hit him. Oh, God. Okay, fine. I guess I have to go back to Egros. Alright, we'll pick this up. Oh, that's pretty good. I think that's better than, I think everybody, what we could buy is bucklers. Alright, I'm gonna go one more round just to see if there's anything else we can get her to say before Delita finishes her off. I'm not gonna, like, heal her up or anything, I'm just gonna... Episode's going on 30 minutes anyway. She blocked the steal attempt. Nice. Okay, that's it. Milleuda. Forgive me, brother. Ramza. Why? Why must it end like this? Delita. What am I doing? What have I become? I mean, it's not like you guys could have avoided each other or anything because there's really nothing around. There's no other map. It's just this square in the middle of. No, I'm sure. Oh boy, so going back means that this becomes a random encounter spot. Okay, I'm going to go back to Egros off camera. I'll fight out any random encounters on the way. Maybe I'll go ahead and recruit myself as a character, just to have another character and do some leveling up on that character as I go. But yeah, my knights need their helms. I suppose. Here's a thought. Yeah, missing is that thing. Ramza could potentially just switch over to Monk. Here, let me show you what I'm thinking. Make Ramza Monk. And now his equipment. Monks don't equip headpieces, so he couldn't equip the leather cap even though I've got enough spare one. So there we go. Now Ramza at least doesn't have to worry about going back for a helmet. How about Delita? What does Delita look like? So maybe what I can do with Delita then is go ahead and switch her over to Archer. And then I don't have to go all the way back to Egros. I can just go to Garland, and then I only have one random encounter instead of one possible random encounter instead of 3. It's not a bad idea. Not my worst idea, I feel. Yeah, I'll probably still want to go and get her the upgraded gear, but 248 is nowhere near the 560 that Rack needs. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'll just do this part on camera, and then I'm going to call it for the day, for the episode. Call this the episode. I'm doing a couple recordings all at once. Gonna have work gonna have work this weekend, and I'm not sure how much recording I'm gonna feel like doing when I'm after that. So that's why I'm. Oh, hang on, ring mail. The red hood is the same. Mage Masher, ring mail. Fine. I'm going back to Egros after all. They're gonna have better armor. Well, maybe not, because Delita's the only one who'd use it right now. The way I have things set up. Yeah, that's worth it. So ringmail's the only thing that he gets, and yeah, the silken robe. I got a silken robe from the last fight, so I'd rather just buy another one. And then give him the... Well, and again, what am I doing with Cold Run? I'm sorry, episode's going to go a little bit long. Just want to kind of do all this at the tail end here. Okay, so Cold Run has gotten to level 3 Mystic, which unlocks Orator, which I'm sure he will be thrilled if I change him into an Orator. Yeah, why not? So, Orators get this ability. It has a low chance to work, although I think it gets a higher chance as the enemy goes down to critical health. And basically, it makes an enemy in the... It's different from Charm. So Charm makes them fight, essentially act as though you're their allies for a few turns. Traitor is a permanent thing, and it turns them into somebody who, after the fight, will try to join you permanently. It's really useful later on to have somebody who knows Entice, and possibly more to the point, Beast Tongue. Beast Tongue? No, Tame. Tame is the one I really want. Also, don't mind this. It's not like guns are in this game. Beg is, range steel. I'm sure it's got a low hit chance. The order doesn't have a whole lot that I tend to go for, except for Entice and Tame. Oh, and Preach, Enlighten decreases faith, Preach increases faith, Intimidate lowers bravery, Praise raises bravery. They all go like by 4 points in the fight, which means, and then one of those is a permanent change. So this is the Orator is the one, the job that can actually manipulate your party's brave and faith. So if I'm like, well, I want this person to have really low faith, so that I don't care about enemy magic, and I'll just use items on them instead of healing magic. Then I'll like use Enlighten on them. Or if I want somebody to have really high brave, because really high brave is great, I'll use Praise. One character in the game I'm going to want to have Intimidate, because this is not something we've looked at yet. There's this Treasure Hunter ability that's a move ability. Chemists can learn it. Basically, there are certain tiles on each map that have an item hidden on them. And of course, there are guides that will tell me what tiles those are. Each tile has 2 possible items you can get, a common item and a rare item. And as it sounds, the rare item is harder to get. However, there's a lower chance that you get the rare item. However, if you have a low brave, you increase your chance of getting the rare item. So there is one character in this game who I always lower their brave, coming a few chapters later, because there is one optional battle that gives you basically this game's equivalent of ultimate weapons, if you do treasure hunting there. So there is a strategy. It's a long way off. I will definitely be doing it because I can't resist. And for that, I'm going to have to learn those things so I can manipulate the brave and faith. Incidentally, if you intimidate somebody to have permanently less than 10 brave, they will just leave. You will no longer be able to use them. So you got to be a little careful with that. They will become a coward and they will no longer fight, and they leave. Also, if you raise somebody's faith to, I think it's either over 90 or 100. If you raise their faith that high, they will become so religious that they leave to join the clergy. So you got to be a little careful with that sort of thing. I'm not going to actually work on Orator right now. I think that's great. Mystic, again, mostly I did some Mystic to unlock Orator. I guess this could be a useful one where you recover your MP when you move, and absorb MP could be useful if you're being attacked by magic, but it's not. Most of this stuff is temporary stuff during the fight, and as you've seen, it doesn't always work. And I prefer things that always work myself. I'm not saying it's wrong if you don't do that, but that's just me. So, let me see. It is going to be worth having Cold Run be a white mage again, and also a black mage. He did just learn High Potion. But I think, yeah, I was thinking about doing this. I'm going to put him back to Chemist for now, and And then I'm going to have him learn some more of the items that I'm going to want long term. Which means I'm going to give him the better stuff. And then we should probably sell some of this other stuff. So let's see. Staves and the rods I'm going to hold on to. I don't like bow guns as much as I like the longbow, so that's going to go away. I've got iron swords now, so who cares about long swords? I mean, I suppose they're better accuracy, but eh. The blind knife could cause blind, but I'm less concerned about that. We have 2 bronze shields as treasure drops, I think. 16. I should actually go check on Delita and see if that's better. And plumed hats are out of style. It's red hoods, baby. Leather plates are out of style. And the hempen robes. Oh, leather clothing too, yeah. That also hempen robes. Not as good as the silken robes. I like equipment when it's a straight upgrade. Makes things easy for me. Right. Back up to 15 of those. There we go. Oh, yeah, one more thing. One more thing I gotta do. And that is... Oh, no, never mind. I already did it. I am just... No, wait. That's... I already did that. This is the thing I was gonna do. I am, been going for 45 minutes here. So bronze shield versus buckler. The buckler has better magic evasion. The bronze shield has better physical evasion. I'm going to go with the bronze shield for now. So, there you go, Delita. And with that, I am going to call it an episode. I'm sorry I went long. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Yeah, let me know what you think. I love feedback, so any feedback is good feedback. As long as it's actually feedback. We'll just say that. Alright, so hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you next time.